So the last section of the learning zone model, we talked about the panic zone, we talked about the comfort zone. We're going to spend just a minute on the learning zone. And there's a reason why I saved this for last, but this is the area where we're stretching. This area is uncomfortable for us to be in, the learning zone, and this is such an important concept to just really take in. It is uncomfortable to learn. It stretches us outside of our comfort zone when we are taking in new information. And that can be, you see how the learning zone is a whole area, right? So maybe there's some learning that you can do that's just right outside your comfort zone and it feels really nice and fun and good. Okay. And then there's some learning that we can do that really stretches us out to the edges of that learning zone, really stretches our prefrontal cortex into this feeling of being on the ledge. So there's a spectrum here, right? And what happens here is that our learning zone will grow as it's stretched. Our resilience and our ability to stay in integration and to stay regulated will develop over time. Okay, so the learning zone will expand. I want you on your handout number 6 to just think for a moment about what kinds of things do you want to learn more about? What do you want to fill your learning zone time with? Who do you want to learn from? What organizations, what topics, what issues? These ideas can be interpreting related, so you may identify an element of your interpreting process or your interpreting practice that you want to spend some focused time on. You might find a workshop that helps you to stretch and grow in that area. You might find a podcast or a book or a vlog. Creating a list of this, like a brainstorm of what you want to learn, can give you a jumping off point for then looking and finding, well, where can I learn about this? Where can I stretch myself? Or what community can I be a part of that will help me stretch myself? So go ahead and as you're thinking through those, put in the comments or feel free to come on if you want to and just share, what do you want to learn more about? How do you want to stretch yourself in your learning zone? Interpreters usually don't have a lack of topics that they want to learn about. We tend to be people who are lifelong learners. So this isn't often a challenge, but sometimes recognizing it intentionally and knowing that we're growing our ability to stay regulated through learning and stretching ourselves, that can be a new concept for us. So just to start connecting some of these things. For me lately, I have been doing a lot of intentional, focused learning about anti-racism and racism. I've been engaging with new teachers and organizations on those topics, reading books. Those stretch me. I have to be intentional about what time of the day I'm doing that learning, like not right before bedtime, because I don't want to be riling myself up right before I'm trying to calm myself down. So I want to be intentional about how I structure that learning time in order to, it's sort of like having training, you know, like if you're exercising and you're going to think through, when in my day do I want to get sweaty and need to change my clothes and, you know, need to take a shower or something like that. Like we schedule that in a certain time of the day because we know what it's going to require of us. So when you're thinking about your learning zone time, think about, when do I need to schedule that so that it can, you know, work for the flow of my day and for what it's going to require of me. Okay. Here's a comment. I've wanted to read more biographies to learn about people's lives from different time periods. I love that. Yeah, very specific. Cool. We were just talking in the Burnout Proof Collective about books that we're reading right now, and there's just such a great diversity of what people are engaged in. It was fun to get to see that. Another comment, I'd like to meditate, but I find it difficult and frustrating. Yeah, that's so understandable. And there's a lot of reasons why that can be and ways to work with it. Practicing something like this, like the triage-care breath practice, can give you a lot of the same benefits of meditation because it is still that intentional breathing process without some of the constraints that can feel difficult about meditation at first. Yeah.